Hi everybody, I'm Erika, and I too am 40. And tonight I felt very 40. If there's any other 40-year-olds out here, I don't usually stand in front of a microphone, and so the advice that I was given was, get your chin hairs right to it. And I thought, I am a 40-year-old woman, this speaks to me. And if not now, definitely by the time I'm 50. So, I'm Erika, I live in Tulsa, I've lived here for about 2 years, and I have a letter that I wrote myself as a 17-year-old. I wrote it for school, for Mr. Shaheen's class, and so it was an assignment, and he said that he would mail it to us. So the big issue was finding a place to mail this letter, because obviously I was going to live a very cosmopolitan life, and who knows where I would be in 10 years, maybe even Tulsa. So eventually I did find a family member willing to accept this letter. So here it is. Dear Erika, I was very polite, I addressed myself. If this letter reaches you, I'll believe in miracles. Obviously, because the cosmopolitan lifestyle. Who knows if there will even be mail in 10 years? I was ambitious. By now your parents have moved permanently to Florida. Your dad could live in Michigan forever. He doesn't mind the cold, and even if he did, he wouldn't complain the way your mother does constantly. You will have graduated from the University of Michigan several years ago, and hopefully you are working or at grad school or doing both. Spoiler, I had graduated from the University of Michigan, go blue. But I was neither working nor in grad school. The only overextending I was doing was when I smoked a lot of pot and had to lay down. Speaking of bad habits, do you still bite your nails? No, I do not. Do you still weigh? And I actually wrote the number down. You struggled with a weight problem. I hope that you have conquered it finally. It's better. Let's get back to the present, which was 1997. Does the name Jason sound familiar? Yes, it does. He introduced me to BDSM and kink. Thank you, Jason. But what I wrote, because this was an assignment for school, and I was 17 years old. So don't laugh. He was your boyfriend during senior year. You were seriously involved with him. I guess I remember writing this, and I remember I needed to give myself some little winks to remember what I was actually talking about. So I said, you said you loved him. Do you still think you did? I really liked the kink. It was okay. Your least favorite class was APEAH, which stands for Advanced Placement Early American History. You always managed to scrape by, albeit barely. Your favorite class was, you didn't really have a favorite class. You loved 89X, Star 97, and 96.3 The Planet. These are radio stations. Dan was your best friend, and I can guarantee you he is still your best friend. I've not heard that name, thought of that name. I was like, who is this? I should look him up on Facebook. Okay. I hope you were happy, and I hope you still are happy. So, yeah, that was a letter I wrote to myself. It was really important to me to be honest, even though it was a letter for school. It was an assignment. And still today, it's really important to me to be honest, because I'm really busy, and I find honesty is a time saver. So, you're laughing, but try it. You don't have to take up that mental space of lying. You just say, I was farting. And people, we all fart, don't we? Okay. So, 5 years after I wrote that letter, I had graduated from the University of Michigan. I was also pregnant. I was not married. For those of you who cheered when I said the University of Michigan, if you know graduates of the University of Michigan, they're not out having a lot of babies. And so I didn't have anyone to talk to about that. I didn't have anyone to really work with me through that, because for some reason my family wasn't real thrilled that I was unmarried and pregnant. So a friend invited me to church. Yes. I hope you see where this is going. And this was really great because this was great for everybody, because churches are in the business of saving souls. And I had overextended myself by being pregnant with twins. So I actually, it was like 3 souls for the price of 1. This was a mutually beneficial situation. I had 3 souls that they could save, and they adopted me. They were very, very kind, and they adopted me, and so they threw me a baby shower. They gave me this book, and so I'm gonna read some of the cards that they wrote me. First of all, first page, children are a gift from God. They are His reward, Psalms 127:3. This is a good one. These are all good. This was hard to pick. You are my servant. I have chosen you and have not rejected you, so do not fear, for I am with you. All caps. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you with my righteous right hand, written by Deborah Bergman, direct line to God. But the letter that I was the most excited to get was this one. Unfortunately for us, this was written to me by Lauren. Unfortunately for us as new moms, our children do not come with instruction books. However, there is one book I highly recommend above all others. What it does is provide information on how to be the best new mom possible. Now, I have always really liked reading and books, and so when I was reading this letter, I was getting so excited because I was like, oh my God, Amazon, well, I don't know if it was Amazon, I'm like, New York Times bestseller, what is this book? It's The Meaning of Life. I'm really thrilled, I'm gonna read it cover to cover, I'm gonna highlight it. What was it? It was the Bible. New Testament. I'm Jewish, y'all. I am so Jewish. I'm a member of Temple Israel Jewish. I'm so Jewish, I'm a Jew up on stage making people laugh. Kind of a Jew. That's the Jew I am. So, and I like to read books and I like to watch movies, so I knew that the only way to escape this church was either to fake my own death or marry a guy I barely knew. So I did the only reasonable thing I could do, which was marry someone I barely knew. Really, we knew each other for less than 2 months when we got married. He did know that I had twins, at least I shared that. We proceeded, he adopted my twins. We proceeded to have 3 more children. Yes. We also moved a lot during that time. We lived in 6 states, 11 cities. We were very different. We didn't know each other well. So I'm going to read this card that he gave me on one of our anniversaries. I do not know when. I wish I'd dated it. The only indication I have is that this card was $3.50. But if you were Canadian, it was $4.59. It's our anniversary. When one of us thinks it's too warm, Erika, the other may be chilly, my husband. He wrote our names on these, just to be clear who was who. When one likes a wacky TV show, Erika, the other thinks it's silly, him. One loves the smell of flowers, him. That just makes the other sneeze, Erika. One wants spicy Mexican, him. The other wants Chinese, me. So. Okay, so we fast forward 2015, May 1st, 2015. We had been married for 12 years. The marriage wasn't going well. Research will tell you that opposites attract. They do. Research does not go further to say what happens after opposites attract, get married, have 5 kids, and move to 6 states and 11 cities. So here's what I wrote on May 1st, 2015. I had been married for 12 years. The biggest problem I'm having with my husband is my own expectation and how disappointed I am. I'm utterly disappointed. I want so much from him emotionally. I feel like a wound. I feel infected. I feel septic. I feel necrotic. By the way, I was working at an ER at the time. Reference to lots of like blood and dead tissue. You get the point. He ignores me. I want a loose, easy relationship where we can joke with each other. I want him to hold me and tell me it's okay. And you know, I'm glad he's not neurotic like me. I'm glad. But he's a stone robot and I want something warm. The stress with the kids is too much to deal with on my own. But I am. And it's so hard. I second guess myself all the time. I want him to be proud of me. I want him to be interested in me. I want him to look at me and see good qualities. I see good qualities in him. But at this point, I just feel like we're enemies. So that was 2015, and I stayed in that marriage for 2 years after that. But I was so tired of spicy Mexican food, I was ready to eat Chinese on my own. So, yeah, I left. So, everything that I've read, everything that I've read up here is honest and factual. It's all true. But none of it is me, like where I am today. So here's where I am today. Yeah. Implicit bias is measured through testing associations between categories and attributes, then noting the strength of the association via timing the associations, including errors. The most well-known is the implicit association test, a positive attribute, and I'm crediting that this is I cite Greenwald and Nozick, 2001. I cite them again. I'm very into APA style. There was a slight change in the results in steps 2 and 3 when the associations went from 2 categories and 2 attributes to multiple categories and attributes, along with the use of the word or in associations. So today I am in grad school. If you can't tell by that really pretentious paper, that's what I write now. I'm in grad school at the University of Oklahoma in the Masters of, yay! Yeah, in the Master of Social Work program. Yeah. I'm a member of the National Association of Social Workers. I'm involved in Action Tulsa. I'm very happy to be out here in the community. The kids are me. The 5 kids are still me. The papers are me. I am now married to someone totally awesome, my best friend, who I love and who loves me. And yeah, the last thing that I said to myself in this original letter was, I hope you're happy. And today I am so happy. And I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, Erika. One more time for Erika, everybody. Yeah, awesome. Sharing her